What's up, fellow Toronto Maple Leaf fans? Aaron Warder here, AWL here. This is my sports channel, laying the smackdown, where I talk about wrestling and sports. And this is to be a Leaf-centric video. I'm not wearing a Leaf shirt, but I'll be certainly be wearing a Leaf shirt tomorrow, representing Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round, the first game of the first round when they take on Tampa Bay Lightning. But yes, before I get into this topic at hand, what the future of the Leafs might be determining on when they win and lose, whatever. Okay? Make sure if you're new here, Leaf fans, hockey fans, whatever, sports fans, wrestling fans, whatever fans you are, if you're into this video, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. I'm close to 260 subscribers. I really appreciate it, guys. Help me get to 300. Appreciate that. My goal is to get to 1,000 at some point and get enough hours to become monetized. And then, you can do super chat, stuff like that. And yeah, and then I could do memberships or whatever. But yeah, also make sure to like for also, and yeah, share this out with your friends, family, colleagues, whatever. Okay. Why am I making this video? Well, I'm making this video, of course, before the first round. Well, the first round kicks off tonight, but the Leafs play tomorrow on Tuesday. This is gonna be uploaded on a Monday. I'm making this video on a Monday. It's gonna be uploaded on the Monday that I make this video. So it'll be ready before tomorrow. Why am I making this video? Because there's a lot of questions going on with the Leafs right now that this playoffs could determine their future, the state of the Maple Leafs in the offseason going on. Now, the Maple Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, some say they might be cursed, right? They might be cursed. They haven't passed the first round since 2004. I remember that. I was 16 or 17 years old when they beat Ottawa and advanced to the second round to face Philadelphia, which they got eliminated. I remember that. But since 2017 and on for 5 or 6 years, they've been to the playoffs and never advanced to the next round. Curse. They've always been cursed, right? Or some that way. We haven't won a cup. They haven't won a cup since 1967. Almost 60 years. Almost 60 years. But I think this time the Leafs are a huge crossroads right now. Okay, right now with this, I think this is the most important offseason for them because this can determine a lot of factors going in next season because of the cap and because of management. And I don't know what. I do think the results of the first round can determine that. So I'm going to go on with Kyle Dubas here. Kyle Dubas, his contract expires at the end of the season, end of the playoffs. And from what I heard, they haven't been really talking. It could be talking, I don't know. But it seems like they're not talking. They might want to determine it after the results of the playoffs. So it might be like, if they don't pass the first round, Kyle Dubas might be out. Apparently there's something going on with him, Brandon Shanahan. Like they don't see eye to eye, but I don't know. So I can see that if they advance the first round past Tampa Bay and the curse, I could definitely see Kyle Dubas coming back, give him an extension. But I think if they once again choke and get out in the first round, there's going to be a lot of changes to this team. Starting with Kyle Dubas, I think they might go in a different direction. And Kyle Dubas, there's possible different options out there from getting another GM job. Pittsburgh's just opened up earlier today. Brad Treliving of Calgary, mutual agreement with the Flames to part ways as GM. Possibly there's opening there for him to be GM. I don't know. So I think it's a possibility that Kyle Dubas might be his last year as the GM of the Leafs and not officially resign and not come back and sign a new contract. But also, here's the thing. If they advance this round, I don't think they'll beat Boston, personally. And they made his offseason additions. I feel like they made it not his offseason, in hockey season additions, just to pass Tampa Bay. I don't like the idea, personally, but they have to because they're going in for all, I guess. But, right? They have to. They're going... Right, so they have to go for it to Stanley Cup, even against Boston. I still feel like Boston's the favorite if they advance the second round to face Boston. Like Boston's not going to lose to Florida. I'll be surprised if they do. And yeah, but if Toronto loses to Boston, then what? They're going to have to find a way to overcome Boston, right? I think Tampa Bay might be on a decline. Okay, It's clearly on the decline this year, right? But it may be a decline again next year. But the Atlantic is rising. The Atlantic is rising. You got 4 teams in the playoffs this year. Yes, Florida regressed a little bit, but they're still a playoff team, right? But I'm not talking about Florida. I'm talking about 2 or possible 3 other Atlantic teams. Montreal together, Chris. I don't think Montreal, they might improve a little bit next year, but I don't think they're at a point where they're a serious playoff threat. But the 3 other teams that I would take seriously in Atlantic is Detroit. Yes, Detroit stayed under 500, but they did manage to get 80 points. I can see them definitely improving next year. Ottawa, for sure. I think next year they could battle for playoffs, but they better get a better goaltending. But I can definitely see that. And Buffalo. I think Buffalo has a very good chance to make the playoffs. They just missed out on this season. I think Buffalo has a very good chance to make the playoffs. Okay, next season. So 3 teams in the Atlantic that did not make the playoffs this year, they could fight for the 7th, 8th, or possibly top seed in the Atlantic. Top 3 seeds in the Atlantic. So I think the Atlantic Division is going to be next season. It's going to be more of a dogfight, okay, to win and to take the next 2 seeds. And eventually, the Leafs might be a team that battles for the wild card. And the offseason, look at the offseason. The Leafs have a lot of players that contract comes to the end. Michael Bunting, Wyatt O'Reilly, Luke Schenn. Who else? Justin Hall. Nolan Chari. Ilya Samsonov. A lot of cap is coming off. Yes. And the cap is going up. Possibly 1 million, but it's possible chance it could go up 3 to 4 million. Right? The thing is, that's a lot of subtractions possibility, right? That could really hamper this team. And the thing is, Matthews is a free agent at the end of next season, but he's eligible for an extension. Which, yes, he did have a down year, but let's just freaking Austin Matthews out. He'll have a bounce back season. I'm confident he'll have a bounce back season, score 50 next season, right? 50 and get you to 100 points, I think. So they have to get him signed this offseason to extend him, okay? First priority. And they may have to be maybe forced to trade somebody like Nylander, who I think is a free agent at the same time as Matthews. I'm not 100% sure. Also, Ilya Samsonov is a free agent, but Matt Murray is, and you can't rely on Matt Murray. Matt Murray is making $3 to $4 million next season, but he's always hurt. There's always something with Matt Murray. It doesn't matter what body part. It's always a different body part of Matt Murray. His whole body is basically broken down, and you're gonna have him $3 to $4 million. I mean, Samsonov is definitely gonna get a raise. I mean, we'll see how it does in playoffs, but I still think he might get a raise in the free agent market from his $1.5 million 1 year. Some team will probably take a chance on him, give him a multi-year deal, possibly $3 to $5 million, because some teams might be desperate for goaltending. You know, teams tend to overpay for goaltending because teams are desperate for goaltending. But the thing is, can you rely on Matt Murray? Right? Look, I like Joseph Woll. I know he has a small sample size, but when I'm watching him, I see, Joseph Woll, I think could be an NHL goal. I don't know if he'll be a backup or start, but I think he has all the tools. I really like his game. I think he could be a goalie in the NHL. I think he could be the first goalie in the NHL the Leafs has developed successfully since James Weimer. Really. But the thing is, if he's a goalie next year with Matt Murray, Joseph Woll, it's very good chance Joseph Woll might get a lot of games, right? And what did the Leafs do? Did they try to re-sign Samsonov? Or would they have faith, or just have faith in Murray to try to be healthy again? Which I don't know why we have faith in him, obviously, and rely on Joseph Woll to be the backup. Because I just think if that's the case, Joseph Woll is definitely going to get a lot more games next season. And I do have confidence in Joseph Woll, but he's still relatively young, a small sample size. And if you're still trying to contend next season, do you want to rely on him because of Matt Murray's injury-prone problems? It's a lot of pressure for the kid. Okay, a lot of pressure. Plus, a lot of the other parts that on the team that are free agents. There's a lot of pieces there. I don't know, man. What do you guys do, man? What do you guys do? What are your decisions on the future of the Leafs? What will you guys do? Tell me in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe below. I hope to pass the first round. I hope they beat Boston in the second round. Yes, I'm already saying Boston in the second round because Florida has no chance. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, and comment below, guys. Follow Leaf fans. Your thoughts, please.